When Putin knows he's losing, he doesn't retreat. He gets nastier.
And, you know, it's very clear that he overestimated Russia's ability to just knock down Ukraine instantly. And I think that's given us a lot of hope. I think what really I've taken from this is how fortunate we are to live where we are and how frustrated it makes me when people don't see the value in living in a country like this and how important it is to stand by your values and to actually have values and to not tear down Britain and the West for the values that we stand for, because it's very easy for the world to fall into chaos like this because we don't have a Western hegemony that stands for something, right? Every time you say you're proud of the Union Jack or the British flag, you're slated for being a nationalist, a rabid nationalist, like there's something wrong with it. But, you know, the principles of freedom and human rights that the West stands for is important, because if this didn't exist, if this axis of the West didn't exist, people like in Ukraine would have no hope. Because yes, they can hold on, but who is supporting them? Where's the backbone? What happens when it effectively feels like all hope is lost? Who is there to really support you? And I think it just shows that domestically, our politics here is far more reaching than just, you know, everyday politics. It goes further than that. It's a message. It's a principle that this country is based on that spreads across the world.
Benjamin, I did really want to talk tonight, though, about what is going on across Russia, because I think it is hugely significant. The fact that, as Carol says, these folk are going out on the street, even though they're being told 20 years in prison, even though they're being told you'll have a criminal record for life, even though they're being told you could be deported. I'm heartened by this. I feel like Putin is losing in so many ways.
He is. It's absolutely clear he is. But the risk is how much more dangerous he gets. I mean, I know that today you can't get anywhere near the Kremlin because the Russian authorities are so nervous that protests and riots will break out right in front of Putin's front garden.
God, I hope they do.
And you know, the numbers of people that have been protesting, they are so incredibly brave. You can only imagine the numbers who are thinking the same at home. And this isn't how Russia is meant to work. It's not how Russia's worked since 1999 when he took over. You know, one of his USPs was clamping down on the media and access to information. But people know in their gut that this is wrong. Ukrainians and Russians see themselves as brothers. And so that's why they instinctively recognise how wrong this is. And I think the truth is that the sanctions and the effects on ordinary Russians to their lives, the run on the bank that we've seen in the last 24 hours, I think that is Putin's Achilles heel. Because when the people of Russia rise up, then he's got a serious problem, no matter what's said at organisations like the United Nations.
And you know what's kind of quite heartening? The oligarchs are now starting to speak out against him, you know. You've got Deripaska and you have a guy called, I think he's called Mikhail Friedman today. They have said this invasion was wrong. Now, Putin has always relied on the goodwill of the business elite